some positive nerves, I guess you described them as. How are you feeling? How's the team feeling ahead of Saturday?
Yeah, I think we're pretty relaxed, pretty excited. A lot of different emotions. Obviously, coming off that loss, there's a bit of negative sort of things, but we're sort of building from that and sort of moving on from that game and just focusing on the victory game now. So yeah, lots of positive vibes and yeah, just looking forward to the next game. I think is the key.
I guess it's better that happens last week than in an elimination match, right? You'd earned that second chance, and now how determined are you to make the most of that second chance?
Yeah, I think everyone's super determined, and we know this is the big game for us to get into that grand final, and once you're in the grand final, sort of anything can happen. So yeah, this is the one where we want to win 100%, and yeah, we're pretty pumped for this game, especially Victory as well, who we have some history with. So yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Do you feel like maybe you were out-muscled a little bit last weekend? Is that something that you had a look at?
Not particularly. I think we had lots and lots of chances. I think Hannah Keen's obviously on some good form and golden boot, so she put away that chance like a good striker does. So I think that's something we didn't do. So we'll obviously look at how we can take our chances, and we definitely can. We put six away against Victory last time, so we've got that ability to score lots of goals. So it's just how can we connect, those chances into goals.
And Courtney Vine, I think she's got that calf issue. It's obviously lingering a little bit. How's she feeling, and do you know if she's up for a full match?
Yeah, she looks good. She said she feels fine, so I think she'll be ready to go on the weekend and just sort of taking it day by day. Obviously, she came off a lot of games, a lot of high-intensity games with the Matildas and our Premiership game as well. So I think, yeah, she's just, recovering and allowing her body to be ready for this game. So yeah, she's looking good.
With Victory this weekend, you talk about the history that's there. There's also history this season. Is this the biggest match of the year for you guys?
Yeah, I think it is. I think, yeah, we've had some good games against Victory both this season, coming off that loss in the grand final last year. So, yeah, I think the pressure around this game and the circumstances of the game make it the biggest game for us. I think the Premiership game was obviously a big game, but we were really confident, and obviously we won that. Not easily, but we were really good in that game. So I think we just have to sort of translate that pressure moment into this game as well and put our best foot forward, sort of, not that we didn't do that last weekend, but how can we capitalise on the chances and, take advantage of our own circumstances.
After the loss on the weekend, is that something where you look back at last weekend, this week in training, and think we can improve certain things there, or you turn the page immediately and look to what you've done well against Victory so far?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's learning from that big game that we had. Obviously, it was a semi-final, whatever type of game, so a big game, and then how can we put that experience into this next game and obviously turn that page, look at Victory, how can we beat them essentially. So that's sort of how we're looking. So yeah, take the learnings from that game and then go into this new game with different ideas, fresh ideas, all that stuff. So yeah.
Have you been practicing your penalties, or is that on the agenda this week?
I personally have, but I don't know about the other girls, so I hope so. But we obviously don't want it to go to penalties, but yeah, we're sort of all ready. I know some girls have been taking them after training as well, so yeah, it's sort of in the back of our heads, but obviously we don't want it to get to that, so yeah.
Ante was quoted as saying, he sort of doesn't mind losing that game. I know it's not quite what he meant, but
yeah.
How good is it now? Well, you have to look at it as a positive, I guess, but you have another big game before potentially the grand final. It's different to previous years.
Yeah, obviously you don't go into a game wanting to lose, especially one of those big semi-final games. So yeah, that was not the intention at all. I think we all wanted to win that game, and especially Ante. So yeah, it's sort of been taken a bit out of context, I think. But yeah, now going into this game, yeah, we just need to win, and how do we do that? That's just sticking to what we've done the whole season and being able to capitalise on those chances, I think. So yeah, it's a different route this year. So yeah, that momentum, it's going to be different to last year. I know we had that week off last year, and did it hinder us in the grand final? I don't know. That's just how our route was last year. So this year it's different way to get to the grand final, and hopefully we can get there and then win that game as well.
Sydney v Melbourne. It's the other three Melbourne teams were in the finals. There's two left. The grand final is going to be here, of course, as well. So that's an added motivation for Sydney FC to be there. But have you felt that this year in winning the Premiership that there is this rivalry between the two cities?
Yeah, I think since the A-League sort of started, it's sort of been that Sydney Melbourne battle, I think. So yeah, this year it's been no different. Obviously the three Melbourne teams have been really great and they've all made the finals, and it's sort of just us, carrying that New South Wales flag. So yeah, it's been a really great season for the Melbourne teams, I think. So obviously that announcement with the grand finals being in Sydney, we sort of maybe didn't feel pressure, but we obviously wanted to be a part of that and, allow it to be such a great event with a Sydney team in it. So I think that's sort of the thinking of the team. We want to be a part of that and be able to represent Sydney in that grand final. So yeah, that's definitely a part of our motivation as well, not to have two Melbourne teams in it. So yeah.
Mike, anything from you?
Hey, just one from me, Sarah. Just wondering about the mentality of a game like this. Obviously, you dominate, you win the league in the regular season, and then you lose that first final. And I mean, we see it in other codes where teams seem to be a little bit vulnerable when they lose that first week of the final. Do you feel that way a little bit, like there's a bit more pressure on you this week, or are there any added nerves? Or
yeah, obviously we don't want to lose that game, and it was not frustrating, but a little disappointing that we didn't go straight into the grand final after having a good season and being top of the table. But yeah, there's no extra pressure from us. I think it's just another game for us, and we've said from the start of the season that we want to be in that grand final, and this is just another route to getting there, and that's sort of been the goal the whole time. So we've had setbacks this whole season, with injuries, different losses, poor performances. So yeah, we've had some setbacks this year, which is, I think, will hold us in good stead for this game, where we had that setback last week, and being able to bounce back is something that we've done throughout the whole season. So yeah, we're not nervous. We're not anxious about the result. We're sort of just going into it as a way to get into the grand final, and I think just take it as that one game and focus on that game and win that game.